And now, probably one of the most famous positions, number 2, the hooker. We've got Joe van Zyl here. Thank you for joining us. Bye, donkey.
Thank you.
Hooker. Interesting term, interesting position. What is your job on the field?
I would say we're a bit of a jack of all trades. We're a bit of everything, and still like they can't go on without us. The physical side of scrumming, you have the running side of a loose forward, and you need the skills of an outside back. So yeah, it's a busy position.
This is 1 to 15, made just for you by BrightRock. We've teamed up with the Vodacom Bulls to bring you all the details on what exactly rugby players do. So what is your job? If you go out onto the field on game day, what is your job?
The basics are everything. If we don't throw the ball in straight, the line out is done. So it's not like a tackle you can miss and someone else can save you. There's 14 other players that have your back. Like in the lineouts, it's pretty much about the hooker for a big part of the lineout. So the basics are everything.
And the basics are just throwing straight.
Throwing straight.
Not just throwing straight, but there's deals.
No, there's a lot of timing involved. There's a lot of calls involved. The system changes pretty much every 2 or 3 games. So there's a lot of thinking when you're very tired. And then also the scrumming, you're in the middle of the scrum, so...
You're quite vulnerable there. It's just your head and your arms are even like pinned back. I mean, it's very vulnerable. Isn't it scary?
You're vulnerable, but I feel if you see that as scary and not exciting, you probably shouldn't have played hooker. If you find the scrums scary, it needs to be something you're excited about.
What about the position, I guess, that you wanted to hone in on and be part of? Like, what was it about being in the heart of that scrum?
I just feel the balance are perfect between the physical side and the running side. And as I said, like, I enjoy scrumming. I get excited to scrum, so it was just pretty much a no-brainer.
So tell me about the scrum. So just if you can explain to us your position on the field.
Yeah, line out, I'm in the front of the line out on the outline, and I throw the ball in. In the scrum, I'm middle of my guys, in the middle of the scrum, loose it on my one side, tight it on the other side, and as you said, you can't go anywhere. Your arms are behind you, need to hook the ball.
Yes, because what is that word, hook? You actually...
Hook the ball in the scrum. Yeah.
With your foot?
With my foot, yeah, with your right foot.
Does that take lots of practice?
Takes a lot of mobility.
Copy.
Takes a lot of mobility and flexibility. There's a lot of timing involved, different nines, the way they throw the ball in, different dynamics of the scrum going forward, the scrum going down, the scrum going backwards, more technical stuff than just hooking the ball.
So after scrum, ball's out again.
Yes.
Where does the hooker usually go?
Catch a breath.
That is so fair.
The dynamics of a scrum is, the hooker is the fourth loose forward. So wherever the ball go, the loose forwards will go automatically. So you'll probably go to the other side to cover the next phase of play as a loose forward.
And then in terms of lineouts, you said the system changes every 3 weeks or so, or 3 games or so. What does that mean?
Yeah, there's a lot of camera work, players moving between unions. Look, it's a lineout. There's probably 1 or 2, 3 systems in the world. Depends on what calling system you're using, what words or numbers you're using. So it's not that complicated to figure out, say, what the Lions line-out is about. And the same in reverse, like it's for them not that difficult to figure out our line-outs and our calls and our bailout. Look, the movement will stay the same, but the calls need to change.
So when we see you're on the line, you're ready to throw in, and we see the scrum off, or even one of the forwards coming up to you and whispering into your ear, which I never understand, because no one can hoor nie.
No, between the heavy breathing and the stuff, you probably can't, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. But what happens there when they come up to you and say that? Is that a call being decided, or have you already decided and it's sort of just maybe a bit of a delaying tactic, or what is that when we see that happen as a fan?
Depends on the dynamic of the game. Sometimes there will be a little joke or something in there, because we still just know men or boys playing rugby. And then there's 2 calls coming through. One will be what's going to happen in the line-out, and second one will be what's happening after the line-out regarding the backline players.
So it's not random banter, that's actually things are happening.
It's
mixed with, it's relevant to the game. And then in terms of this position, when's the first time you ever played in it and you really wanted to make your own?
Yeah, I've been around. I played lock in primary school. Taller then, so probably as tall as I am now, so I was tall for a 12-year-old. Moved to flank an 8-man early
Oh, so
high
that's where you
school.
can throw shade to everyone because you're in all the positions.
But
meh?
I've been around, so yeah, I've played a bit of loosehead as well. Grade 11, I moved to Uka, and yeah, I've been there ever since, loving it.
Any role models out there you really appreciate their skill sets as well?
Malcolm Marx will always be up there. I think if you're a hooker and you're not looking up to him, like you're missing the point of being a hooker. And then the other hooker I enjoy watching is Mavaka, playing for Toulouse and for France. He's an excellent baller.
Being in the line being the scrum, you say it's much more than just hooking the ball in the scrum. It's precision. How do you think this actually translates into your life? Are you as precise and well organized in your life?
I'm definitely a bit of a perfectionist, so throwing the ball in straight,
Packing dishes away.
packing dishes away. I don't have issue with dishes, so I do the dishes at home. Handling life here is very similar to outside of rugby.
Wow, that's cool. All right, Andre, hooker. Very specific role. Joe says it's more than just hooking the ball. What, from a Joe perspective, are some of the skills that a hooker needs to have?
He's a bit of a jack of all trades. He needs to be like a second loose forward on the field, or a fourth one actually. And he needs a lot of agility and power. And he needs to repeat efforts in contact especially. And then obviously, like you said, he needs a breather to take to get enough energy to throw in at the line, which is a difficult skill to have.
So agility, that's come up a lot. So how do you train that into this big man? Yeah.
We do a lot of work in the gym regarding footwork, explosiveness, a lot of jumps.
You agree, coach?
Yeah, and we're trying to combine it. So he might do a back squat and then a 3-hurdle run into an acceleration. So, but they do it quite well.
Hurdles.
Yes, I probably won't be the best dancer you
Hackies,
see, but no, definitely not hurdles like athletic hurdles. It's more jumps.
And in terms of muscle-wise, what are we looking at for a hooker?
Very
Alice?
strong neck, strong shoulders. They basically hang between the two props in the scrum. So when the scrum falls, they can't go anywhere.
Yes.
So they need a very strong upper body, upper neck, to make sure that they're safe.
In terms of the difference between, I guess, the three front rowers there, loosehead, tight head, and hooker, what's the difference between him and a loosehead, let's say?
He needs to be mobile, and he needs to be mobile to get in lower positions. So when they fall, especially in your hip flexors, if you get stuck in there, then you're in trouble. So, and especially on the neck also. So he needs to be very strong, very mobile, and mobility-wise. Mobility is not just not stiffness in the joints. He needs to be mobile to move those joints in different angles.
So does that entail yoga?
Joe, flexibility.
Downward
No.
dog? No.
Yeah, no. So like we've worked a bit with Pilates
Okay, cool.
instructor. During the last few months, a lot of hip mobility. To actually hook the ball, your shoulders, your neck, your core especially needs to be very strong. And then like after the scrum, which is pretty intense and a lot of force going through, you need to get your head out and run. So it's a bit of everything.
Their recovery is how intense it is, their position, look different to, I guess, the rest of the players.
No, I think it's more or less the same. But for a hooker, they need to be very fit. Because like a prop, they come out of the scrum and they've got 2 or 3 meters to run and then they can settle and then play again. But a hooker needs to be all over the park. Your best hookers can run and they can do repeat efforts, contact-wise, and sprint and get back and then do it again. So like I said, they are like another loose forward on the field.
And has that changed over the years in terms of the modern rugby player versus the old school rugby player in terms of this position?
Definitely, I feel definitely.
It's changed, for the better.
Change for the better, yes. There's a lot more responsibility on being a hooker. I feel in the past you could have been a running hooker, you could have been a extra prop, like a strong physical ball carrier. I feel these days they won't really pick a hooker that like only specialize in one
thing.
of these aspects.
I agree.
Oh, that's cool. Well, thank you so much, Coach. So I've got 3 very random questions that I want you to answer, Joe. I'm going to see if you can play the bounce. All right.
Let's go.
What are those things that you're too old to do, but you still enjoy?
Is animation movies. Growing up, me and my sister never really watched animation movies. My girlfriend is really getting me into animation movies, so I'm probably too old for it.
Like, what's your favorite at the moment?
My 2 favorites from last year was definitely Shrek. Watched Shrek for the first time, and The Grinch. Even bought myself The Grinch Christmas
Alice.
sleeping wear. So no, probably Shrek.
High
and
five on the Grinch. I love that. What songs do you know all the lyrics of?
Probably the Global song. I think that's a
Too easy, Joe.
safe bet. I have like a few favorite songs. But it's more songs that I listen to when I braai at home.
That's fine. We like Brian.
Yeah.
And we like you in this bull jersey. So thank you very much, Joe.
Thank you
and
very much.
good luck with being a hooker, Joe.
Thank
Yes, that's it.